Hello and welcome to This Is. Today we're taking it to the max.
Specifically, the Fire Max 11. Amazon were very gracious to send out their brand new tablet for us to take a look at and sponsor this video. If you're familiar with Fire tablets, you know that they really shine when it comes to content consumption, gaming, and of course, they're incredibly affordable. If you want a tablet that will absolutely get a ton of stuff done, it's traditionally been a good option, but you haven't really been able to dive into like keyboards and trackpads, you know what, more like kind of professional tablet style.
And I think that if you have used a Fire tablet in the past, I would say almost delete your memory of it, because this thing just takes it.
Do it. You say the word. Say it.
It takes it to the max. This is night and day difference compared to some of the previous models. And
Which
like you
still
said,
around for the record, they're not like replacing the older one. Like, this is an additional model in the lineup. Most of the time, when you're thinking about a tablet, there are obviously a few brands out there, but the Fire tabs have, again, the real bread and butter has been that they've been terrific for consumption.
you know, you have your Prime Video, you have Disney Plus, you have Netflix, you have all these things on here.
And this has a great display for that.
It's on a really nice screen. It is 2000 by 1200 resolution.
11-inch certified blue light filter. Where it takes it to the next level is the fact that this is really designed to be both a consumption device and an actual creation device. Right now, I would say there are broadly two categories of tablets. There are tablets that are just meant to be used. You're sitting on the couch, watching video, whatever. Or there are tablets that have keyboards, styluses, touchpads, and they're designed to, you know, open up Office 365 or whatever the case is. And this is firmly in that sort of latter camp. It starts at $229 for the tablet itself. Very affordable, especially considering all the specs you get. But you get this with the productivity bundle, which is what we have here, which has not only the stylus, which attaches magnetically to the side, but also a keyboard and trackpad. It is only $329.
For the complete bundle, which is super aggressive pricing. It's really welcomed.
And they also have other bundles if you don't want the keyboard, if you just want like the stylus or vice versa. They also have like just a standard cover without the keyboard.
It's also a really nice premium feeling case. It's like this borderline denim. Comes in two parts. So it's a smart connector on the bottom, really nice strong magnet, and then it's got a kickstand on the back, super sturdy. As someone who likes to draw, being able to have this position here, really nice. You can flip it over in the folio position. And these are all things that weren't available on the previous Fire tablets. I struggle with an on-screen keyboard with tablets. I end up using just the stylus and just doing one at a time, which is a really slow way to type.
To me, there are a few things that jump out. So on top of the fact that it is a very aggressively priced, there's a lot of features, right? So this is the fastest tablet that Amazon has made. So this has a 2.2 gigahertz octa-core processor, 4 gigs of RAM, as well as importantly Wi-Fi 6. All that, which means that this is 50% faster than the next fastest Amazon Fire tablet. I feel like it's difficult to talk about this without really putting an emphasis on the price. Most of these higher end tablets are significantly more expensive, but then you look at once you add those keyboard cases, and a lot of the first party keyboard cases are very expensive. Like, we all know what I'm talking about. There's a certain keyboard case which is quite nice, but costs more than this entire package just for the actual keyboard.
Yeah.
And the thing is, this is also durable. It's thin, it's made out of aluminum, it weighs just over a pound, and according to Amazon, it is 3 times as durable as the 10th generation iPad. So it is definitely meant to be more used in sort of the landscape orientation. The webcam is on that bezel instead of the top, which I very much appreciate
that.
But it is to the point where you can, if I hold it the correct orientation, you can actually use it handheld as well, relatively decent. I think most people are probably gonna use this with, at the very least, the kickstand to make sure that you can actually set it up on a table or something like that. The fact that Amazon are able to sell this for the tablet itself for $229 is incredibly impressive. I think for most people, you hand them this, they're gonna think that this is a $400 or $500 tablet. Like, and there's really nothing you're giving up. You know, you've got USB-C, you've also got 14-hour battery life, and the speakers are pretty good too.
I've done pretty much everything with this. So I used it for a video call. I was watching movies with it. I played some games with it. It kind of just did everything I needed to do really well. There is some workarounds because keep in mind this is the Amazon App Store, not the Google Play Store. So there are some workarounds, but once you got into a groove with it, like most of the stuff I want to use is just honestly already pre-installed on it. I felt like jumping in really didn't matter that much to me.
So I'm curious, one area that I've not really tested is the stylus, because I don't really use styluses much. I know you draw a lot. Have you actually tried it?
Yeah, it's pretty good. My only critique of it is that it actually uses a quadruple D battery.
You mean quadruple A?
Yeah, that's what I definitely meant.
Quadruple D.
Quadruple D. I would love for it to have been magnetically charged to the side, but like I feel like you're gonna change that battery maybe once ever.
Yeah.
So like it's it doesn't really matter, but like it's got good pressure sensitivity. It's got a nice little click button to it. With styluses, I love actually just like fidgeting with them. Yeah. You know, like it's got good weight to it, and it does come with an extra nub in the box.
That's
so
nice.
you know, if you have to replace it.
I think this productivity kit, like again, obviously we'll have links to all of this in the description. Feel free to take a look at. But in my opinion, while this tablet is quite nice as sort of just a base tablet, it really makes sense, I think, with this productivity bundle, right? I will say the keyboard is pretty much full size. The trackpad is a little bit small, which would be my only really critique. But again,
like how like how are you gonna fit a bigger one on? Yeah, like
you can't. Like
you're fighting the size of the actual device at that point.
Okay, watch this. Nice. Beautiful.
One thing that I kind of wish was that the case was all one piece.
I actually disagree. I think it's better to have it as two because you have the ability, if you don't need the extra bulk of the keyboard, you can take that off. It feels nice. It feels quite premium. It maybe is not as quite as premium as some of those $300 keyboards for that other tablet, but that's fine. I think that's a compromise worth making when this will do the vast majority of the same things for like what, a third the price?
Yeah, because what are you gonna do? You're gonna sit there and you're gonna watch Amazon Prime and relax.
Amazon Prime and relax is my favorite thing to do.
You never invite me over for Amazon Prime and relax.
You know what? Sorry, I got someone else to Amazon Prime and relax with. But the thing is, you can do basically everything you need to. You've got split screen multitasking. Of course, you do have that full size keyboard, the stylus. It comes with either 64 or 128 gigabytes of storage. But you actually notice something really cool. It's got a micro SD card slot.
This is where I think it's really good to integrate with something like Amazon. So as you go into files and open up the
in the settings
there, it'll say like, oh, if you want to expand this, here's some recommended SD cards for it. Clicks and it brings up Amazon.
And it's like $12 for a 128 gig recommended card. It's like, oh, of course, no brainer. And you've also got a fingerprint sensor as well. So like, it's one of those things where you're really not sacrificing. Like, I think that they've used this Max branding well, because if you've used other Fire tablets, my favorite Fire tablet pretty much forever has been the Fire 7. Having a fully functional tablet at that kind of price really has just opened, I think, a lot of windows for what you can do on a tablet.
Don't get me wrong, the Fire 7 is really good for the prices. At that price point, there is nothing to compare to that. However, I feel like a lot of people get there and it's like, it definitely is not a premium feeling device. The bezels are kind of chunky, and which is fine, but like when you compare it to this has pretty small bezels. The screen is, infinitely better. It's a night and day comparison to these.
Yep.
But like, I feel like when people hear Fire Tab, that's what they're thinking, and this is just. I don't want to say it again. Don't make me say it.
Just do it. Just
takes it to the max.
There we go.
It's so affordable. And like this gives you like an all-in-one device. It's like Amazon's version of a Chromebook.
I was about to say the exact same thing. So I spent some time last year with a Lenovo Chromebook. So it was a Chromebook tablet, which was more expensive than this and less powerful. But that was one of those things where when you start to use a tablet a little bit more like a laptop, I think for a lot of people, you can actually use something like this as a full laptop replacement. Because I think without a keyboard, without a touchpad, there are a lot of things I just don't want to do on a tablet. I'm not going to go write up documents, do spreadsheets, any of that sort of more work sort of things. But this is actually, I think there's a real argument to be made, not only against other sort of premium pro tablets, but really against a lot of sort of like cheaper laptops, because you've got the portability of something which is incredibly small, even with the case, even with the stylus. But on top of that, you've also got the flexibility of, oh, you know what? I don't need this. I just want to sit there on the couch. Boom, take that off, take this off, pull the stand out. I'm done. I'm ready to go. And I think that there's some real value there, because where I think a lot of people get hung up on these style of tablets is the fact that they're incredibly expensive. You know, when you're talking about, oh, I'm going to buy the $600 tablet and I need the $200 keyboard and the $100 stylus. I feel a lot of people rightfully say like, oh, I'll just get a laptop that will do everything. But when I get basically all those same benefits at a very reasonable price, this is such a smart move. I'm happy that Amazon have actually done it.
Because I also feel like you're not compromising anywhere here. Like it's, like it's a cheap price. You have the premium feel, you have the premium features. They could have easily just put like the speakers, on and make the bezels a little bit thicker so they're front facing. But then like these top firing speakers, again, they sound really good.
I'm gonna do a little webcam test. I have not actually, because you've mostly been using this for reference. So I actually want to try what the camera looks like, because it does have a rear facing camera as well.
It does.
All right.
So obviously it's appreciated that the camera is in the
In the center.
the correct center orientation.
This is a little demo of what the webcam looks like here. Obviously, we have very nice studio lighting. So when you look at it compared to our massively expensive studio cameras, it's not quite as good. But when you consider this is a webcam, it's really nice. Matt, do you want to try the rear-facing camera?
Yeah. So this is what it looks like on the rear camera. I'm beautiful, so what is that scoff? What are you scoffing for?
Look, this thing is nice, right? I think that there's a lot to like with this device.
How do we not talk about that just integrated Alexa? So obviously it's just your tablet, but like if you want to just set this down in like your kitchen, your living room, whatever, you can go into a show mode, and then it's basically just an Echo Show.
I did not realize that was there.
You're getting multiple devices in one. If you're not using the as a tablet right there, bam. What I like about the keyboard is it actually has some customizable buttons. You know, you got some nice like shortcut buttons here. You got your nice home button here.
Your WWW button.
Do we just still need the WWWs?
It's the WWW button, Matt. Of course we do. How would we not need the WWW button?
Because I feel like kids watching today, do they even know what a WWW is?
Well, they know what an HTTPS : /
I'll be honest.
www.
I don't know what that one is.
I think Amazon have made some really smart decisions by releasing this tablet at this price point with these features at the right time. Because tablets, I feel like they're moving in several directions of being more pro, being more powerful, being better for consumption, and being better for creation. They're doing all of these things with this. Essentially, again, with no compromise.
I'm a big fan of using tablets over laptops. Now that I don't, do video editing, I'd say I do about 98% of my work on a tablet. So having something that has some productivity features, but also has a great screen, it's super lightweight. I really appreciate using the tablet, and having great battery life is super important for a tablet. I charged this once this week. And I watched movies. I played games
on Amazon Prime Video, of course.
Of course, yeah. What else can you be asking for in a tablet here? Like, it also has like little things of just the expandable storage, which is more than I can say about some other tablets.
Actually, yeah, very few tablets have expandable storage these days.
Yeah, I'm really excited because the Fire 7s were good. They just weren't.
It's a different thing.
They weren't show-stopping. This is show-stopping. Like anyone who's getting into tablets should take a look at this. This should be in your top list of things to look at when you're looking at a tablet.
100%.
The only thing I can ask for more on this is, let's get a 5G version going.
This is the kind of device where if you had some kind of cellular, you could really kind of take it everywhere. But even without that, right? The fact that it's got Wi-Fi 6 is great. They just made a lot of really smart decisions. So if you want to learn more about the Fire Max 11, of course, we'll have links in the description. And a huge thank you to Amazon for giving us this early sneak peek at their very exciting new tablet. And of course, for sponsoring this video. I'm so happy that this thing is so neat. I don't always know what to expect with these things. And this is by far my favorite Amazon tablet they've ever made. Like, just bar none.
This might be my favorite Amazon product that they've made.
Now, the dash buttons are pretty good.
Oh, bring back the dash buttons. I miss those.